What's going on, my creatures of the night? Hope all of you are doing really well. Speaking of creatures of the night, somebody sent me a message. A channel sent me a message recommending I check out some of their stuff. They got some music on their channel and whatnot, so I had the chance to check it out. And this album was so good that I had to review it. And I asked them if I could review it, and they said they'd be glad if I reviewed it. And it's a good album. I'll post their channel and their description their channel and the album in the description below, so you guys can check it out. But this is Plaguestorm. Their name is Plaguestorm, and they released this EP album called Everything's Gone Wrong. For those of you who don't know Plaguestorm, they are a melodic death metal band from Argentina, and they have this album out on their YouTube channel, as I mentioned before, which you can find in the description below. Be sure to shoot them a subscription while you're at it, too. But let's get into the reviewing. I find this album really approached the story of a post-apocalyptic world with people prepared to fight and prepared for the worst in a really good way. The fact that this album tells a story like that in itself is amazing. The instrumentation on this album is amazing, and the guitar work is super aggressive. You've got a ton of soaring guitar solos and heavy breakdowns going on in the mix as well. I mean, after listening to these guys, I've actually realized these guys are extremely underrated and incredibly talented and should have more notice than they do. We start with the song Conspiracy. Conspiracy starts off with a really cool intro with this flanger effect harmonized with this beautiful guitar sequence that kicks off the album, but then at one point progresses into a really good heavy riff that really gets your blood pumping, The guitar work in general on this song is awesome. The vocal range between the high screams and the low growls is pretty cool. But yeah, this song, again, it has that badass post-apocalyptic feel, which is just awesome. The drums are definitely on point as well. But as I mentioned before, it's got the post-apocalyptic thing. It's like a mix of... It's got a bit of a mix of styles. I mean, you got like this little bit of metalcore / deathcore in the mix, but it's good metalcore / deathcore. There's even a small mix of power metal, at least I feel, but it is really able to stick to its main core, which is melodic death metal. And the fact that it's able to mix all of that is just fantastic. We then go into a song called Synthetic Life, featuring an artist known as Bjorn Strid. I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. It starts off with a really cool, fast-paced, speed metal style drum track, which is it's really old school, which I totally dig. And it progresses into a wicked harmonization of two electric guitars, and they're doing this awesome call and answer thing between the drums and the guitars. The changing aggressive guitar riffs are really what got me into this song, which usually occur between the vocal verses. Actually, this song almost has a bit of a Killswitch Engage feel to it, and on a side note, it has an amazing guitar breakdown, which you really gotta listen to. We then go into the song Evil Intentions, which the introduction is this beautiful emotional guitar sequence or guitar melody to kick off the song. The mood of this song starts off with this melancholic vibe, but at the same time, it throws a bit of courageous / brave mood into the mix. I mean, with the whole post-apocalyptic theme. It really fits well. The clean guitars in the opening track. Again, they're just beautiful, man. And the same progression is continuing throughout, further into the song, but the electric guitars come in and it progresses into a more heavier, more aggressive sound. But the vocals are truly what bring the emotion in this song. I mean, you can just feel that post-apocalyptic vibe when you're hearing this track. This song is probably one of my favorites off the album, really. It's a song that you need to listen to if you're going to check these guys out. It has that perfect mix of the emotional mood with the angrier mood, and it's all blended together to create this beautiful composition. you really see this band's best work come out of its shell with this song. I mean, they really bring out that melodic death metal that you're looking for in this track. I mean, the fast tempo drum breaks are amazing as well. I mean, it's truly a it's truly a headbanger's track. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Well, we're gonna keep going. We then get into the song Singularity. Wasn't as crazy about the instrumentation in this song. What I really liked was the lyrics. Let's start with the instrumentation. It starts off at a bit of a slower pace, but it quickly picks up the tempo a bit. But the song, the lyricism, it really gets into humanity and our evolution and the eventual ruling of machines who are going to wipe out the human race, supposedly. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, the lyricism is really what got me into this song. It really brings out the whole story on, you can kind of like interpret why this is taking place in a post-apocalyptic world just by hearing this song. The song does have good instrumentation like majority of the songs on this album, but again, it brings out that melodic death metal that you want to hear. And the vocals are on point in this track, but it's really the meaning behind the song that I felt was really deep, and that really, really spoke to me. Then we get to the final song on the EP, Unanswered. What a beautiful title for a post-apocalyptic theme, Unanswered, because, well, I'll explain briefly in a minute. Well, we'll start off. Well, you're brought into the track with this melancholic synth pad. It's a really depressing synth pad, along with this clean guitar progression that once again is able to give you that really depressing post-apocalyptic vibe. But it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. I mean, the track is a bit slower paced, but once again it picks things up a bit towards the middle part of the song, or more towards the chorus. It's a song that you really feel. I mean, you get goosebumps when the guitar riff kicks in, It's such a great way to end this album. It's truly an emotionally driven track, which is why I love this as an ending track. The constant change of progressions, riffs, and tempos also make this song interesting, something you want to keep listening to, and you don't want it to end. It does have an awesome power metal-like guitar solo, which I love. I mean, who doesn't like power metal guitar solos? They're amazing. But the song eventually, towards the end, it breaks down. All the heavy guitars and stuff it's all gone, and you just get into that clean guitar and the synth pad with much softer vocals. This part of the song is what you need to hear. I mean, this is the part of the song which gives you those goosebumps. This part of the song is amazing, and I'm so glad that they added this element to the song. It depicts, and the lyricism, it depicts how in this post-apocalyptic world, this is at least my interpretation, everything remains unanswered. I mean, we don't know where we're going to go, we don't know what we're going to do, but we're here in this very moment, and we are living in this very moment, and all we can do is fight. I mean, that's such a good message, especially with the post-apocalyptic theme, and it's a beautiful way to end off this album. Honestly, there's not a single thing I didn't enjoy about this album. It's such a good composition, and these guys are super talented. And you really need to check these guys out. I mean, they're fucking amazing. I really, really enjoyed listening to this album, and it's something that I really want to add to my collection, and I'm so thankful that these guys recommended their work to me, and I really want you guys to check it out. The album is in the description below. Make sure you guys subscribe to your channel as well. Subscribe to their channel if you like what they hear. They're fantastic in my opinion. And the fact that they recommended this album to me, I'm so thankful for. And I want to know what you guys think of these guys. So comment how you like the album below if you have had the chance to listen to it. And I think we can do a bit of a discussion about it and how we both interpret the album. But yeah, that's really all I got to say about this album. I mean, I've been going for about almost 10 minutes now. I mean, it's a good album. It's only got a few songs, but they're really good. And thank you guys for watching, and you guys are my creatures of the night, and rock on.